guess. You know what I'm saying? Really, I'm trying to keep track. I'm trying to do it like as long as the subscription is valid. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I might do next month or not. I might take a break, you know, and try to play other stuff just because, like, I don't want content and then I'm left with nothing to do. And on top of that, you know, I'm just like, I'm not in a rush, so that's why I'm kind of just taking my time. But when it comes to this situation, she just needs to eat, and then the next thing you know, she'll be straight. Okay. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Finished the 4 high-res weapons. I'm still debating on whether to do Dark Knight or not. But I definitely want the Black Mage, and I want it to sound. So, I like the Black Mage better. So I'm gonna go see. And see what the crowd is looking like. If it's people there, then I'll do it. But if there's nobody there, then I'll do something else, and then I'll check it later. You know, while I'm here. I missed the fashion. Dang, I missed the fashion competition too. Aye. I forgot about it. I was so caught up with everything that was going on, and like trying to make time for everything, time to post, time to check out, you know, what's going on, you know, the platforms and that case social media, and then like freaking time for shows. Cause I'm like, I'm not on a time schedule when it comes to my sleeping pattern, but I do want to be able to decent sleeping pattern. Cause like it sucks when your sleeping patterns is all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you like got responsibilities and, you know, things to do at certain times. So I'm just like, I like to sleep in, so it's really hard for me to get up and get in the morning. So I had to like try to go to bed at decent time at night. Because if I, you know, stay up all night, I end up going to sleep as soon as the crack of dawn hit, and that's the day away. So I'm like, oh no, can't, you know, function like that. Oh man, they got it. Man, still amazing, but still, alright. But yeah, I was just like, man, what's going on? Because time is just going by so fast. Man, I'm like, okay, I need to do these taxes. I keep procrastinating with that. I'm like, man, it's just that I got to. Anyway, it's a little process. But the places that I had worked at a little while ago, and they, you know, kind of piled up. So I'm like, damn, I didn't do it that year. Oh my god. I gotta follow up with these W-2s, and it's just so annoying. So, you know, I gotta get to that, but I'll do it eventually. Like, I'm trying to get to it within this week. So, that'll be like the last thing, because I got the stuff for laundry. That was one of my agendas I had to get. some detergent and powder, and while I was out, I decided to put on my rollerblades and get some exercise too, because I'm like, this little extra weight, I gotta go. I can't function with it. You know what I mean? I'm feeling bloated like all the time, and I hate that feeling, you know. So I'm like, oh, it's kind of nasty for me. And then when I put the blades on, like, due to the extra weight, my body temperature just skyrocketed. So I was just like sweating oceans, Fiji water, and, you know, simply lemonade. Just, man. Tsunami waves of, you know, sweat from head to toe. Just, man, I'm like, oh, because I wear a headscarf, so my headscarf gets soaked. And I'm like, oh, shirt is soaked. I'm like, no. I was feeling real, you know, self-conscious. Like, so like, I got this hoodie. It's a cherry blossom hoodie, and, you know, it's like a Japanese kanji on it. It's like white, blue, because it's got the sky blue for the sky, and it's got clouds, and it's got cherry blossoms on the other with some kanji and a tree. It's fire. And I, you know, it was like one of my favorite hoodies. I had like a lot of them, but some people stole some of my shit a little while ago. Man, got me, like I said, you know, I was dealing with a lot of stuff, you know, while I wasn't home. But anyway, I got this hoodie that, like, I used to go to this hairstylist, and she had this oil that she mixed with, when I used it, it would like stain my hoodie. So I'm like, damn, what the hell she put in this stuff? You know what I mean? Because, like, for the fragrance, it smelled, you know, like a lot of different herbs, and it had a unique smell, and it wasn't, to me, it wasn't bad. So I was like, man, you know, she is fucking up my hoodies with this oil, like, oh, gee. But it was working. My hair was going like crazy, and, you know, it was like even getting thicker in some parts. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just keep on using it, and my hoodie just got ruined. I was like, oh, the interior of the hood got ruined, and then all of a sudden, like, the rest of the, oh, somebody sent me an invite. The rest of the hoodie just got like the same color, and I'm like, how the fuck this happened? You know? And I just said, screw it. You know what? I'm still, sweet. I'm still, okay, I just gotta be polite. You know, I'm still gonna go ahead and wear it, because I was literally burnt out. Like, I had no freaking hoodies to wear, and I'm like, well, if I rollerblade, I know I'm gonna sweat like crazy, but the wind and drive is gonna kill me if I wear this t-shirt I got on. I got like this Miles Morales Spider-Man shirt that, like, man, it's seen better days. It's been through it. And I'm like, damn, I got like the side of it just ripped. I'm like, it's not because I got fat, it's just because I had it for like a long time. Like, sometimes I let t-shirts turn into like pajama shirts, and, you know, I just like use it to go out and cut the grass, or like, you know, chill outside and do cardio, or you know, yoga, real comfortable stuff. So I'm like, man, you know, I don't know if I could wear this to, you know, where I'm trying to get to, because I'm like, man, I gotta go to the neighborhood, and it's a mile actually from like where I'm at right now. So it's gonna be a little minute, you know, before I get there. I'm like, damn, what if it get cold? Because the wind, the weather down here is fickle. like in Michigan or wherever, you know, over here in the side of the coast, Michigan is so bipolar. It literally, one minute is super hot, one minute it's cold, like frigid. The next, you know, it's windy, like it has it, and then they get to switch like it within the same day. Fuck you up. One minute you be having, you know, a real meltdown because it's so hot, and you just like, oh gee, shit, man. Next, you know, it starts storm rain, and then it snows, and you like, fuck, it's what? You know, you outside caught in the rain and snowstorm with shorts on because you was out in the heat. Literally, all in one day. Like, that's shit pops instantly like that. No cap. Like, man, this is for real, for real. So, you know, I'm like, man, you know, I'd rather be prepared than not. So, that's why I had the hoodie on, just in case it do get real cold. You know, I have that, and besides, it won't have like half the side of my body, you know, exposed. So I put the hoodie on, and I'm like, oh, it looks so nasty, it looks so dirty. But I washed it, and, you know, it's got to wash with OxyClean, Clorox. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hit. But I'm rollerblading, and I'm like, damn, it's been a whole year, you know, since I did this. Oh no, my body, you know, it's definitely crying right now. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, you wasn't gonna warm up, you just gonna, you know, cock diesel your way into there, you know, just full force. And I'm just like, oh man, my legs, my calf muscles, my ankles. Wow. I'm not talking about fuego. Man, I'm talking about the information, like, cause the vibrations of the rollerblades, like, send, you know, waves of energy throughout your legs, and it just, you can feel it, you know what I mean? And then depending on how tight your rollerblade is, the circulation is changed, you know what I mean? Like, you can't help but notice the restraints on your ankles, but you have to have it at a certain level of tightness, because if it's too loose, you could break your ankle. You know what I mean? It has to be like an extension of your foot instead of you having something on it. You know what I mean? Because they have weight attached to them. Like, they, I think, 5 pounds a piece. But anyway, I'm like, wow, like, body was just like, bro, like, take a 5 minute, and I had to pull over. Like, wow, I'm like, damn, I used to do this. I used to go a whole mile without taking any breaks. Okay. So I'm like, that's 1 year off. Definitely put a hurting on me. And I'm going, I'm starting to get my rhythm back, and I'm, you know, getting my breathing technique together, because depending on how you breathe depends on, like, you know, your experience, because it take a lot. Like, it do. If you're a graceful skater, and you know, you take it serious. How am I? What? I was vibing. Oh no. Damn. I gotta go back. Yeah, I'm hurting, like, wow, the pain is excruciating, like, but it's just, you know, muscles being reconstructed, and I'm just like, OMG, like, wait a minute, and I pull out the doobie, I hit it, I lose my container, because I'm so like, fuck, you know what I mean, like, this shit really is, an intense workout. Like, it is not for the weak, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really notice it that much as I was rollerblading before, because I my mind was, like, you know, thinking about it. Like, I was distracted with the fact, you know, I'm like, I'm having a good time, and I'm at the park, it's so smooth, and, you know, and it's nature over here. Oh man, there's some deep, you know what I mean? Like, it's other people, you know, and then there was other rollerbladers too. So I was just really like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I had things like to top my time, and then now that I'm like okay, I gotta be careful because I felt some extra weight, and you know, I haven't done this in a while, and these are new wheels, so they're not gonna have that like same smooth experience that you get when you have, you know, rollerblades that you damn, they almost got it killed. That you know, took some time to wear in, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so different, and like, you get this bond, like, social bond with the rollerblades, after a while. Like, once you wear them in, you know, break them in, I mean, like, they just have this different feel, when it comes to like mood, you know, control, and how it feels on your feet. So I really, you know, be like, man, I gotta, you know, get it together, because that little time being dormant really affected my endurance, and I'm like, this shit. Oh man, I used to get anything. Oh, right. God. But yeah, it was just insanely, you know, intense. Like the pressure around my feet, you know. It's just like, oh snap, because I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm like, dang, I'm finding myself taking multiple intervals, you know, as I'm going, and that was rough. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh gee. Let me pull over again. So like, as I was pacing myself through the damn, can't believe this. As I was pacing myself through the neighborhood, because again, this is a mile, and you know, I haven't rollerbladed a mile for a whole mile in a while, like without stopping. So as I'm, you know, doing this mile to get the detergent I need, I'm like, oh man, my feet are killing me. Like, nice, my legs are achy breaky. Good thing my posture wasn't bad, so my back didn't take any damage. But just having the rollerblades on was killing me. And I finally get halfway there, and all of a sudden I see like the sidewalk has a part where, you know, there's an incline. So I said, oh shit, okay, I'm not worried about that. I adjusted, you know, rolled down a little bit, and then there was a gap. And then I caught myself lifting up my foot. But, you know, what I should have did was I should have took a break, you know, because your body has to adjust, you know what I mean? You have to get used to the feeling, you know, having these weights on your feet that roll, you know what I mean? Because it's really different, like wearing ankle weights or any kind of weighted clothing does impact, you know, everything, like the sense of balance, ability to sweat. At least for me, the more weighted clothing on, the, you know, higher the body temperature, the insulation, you know what I mean, all that stuff, and amp up the body heat when you moving, you know, at a decent pace. But yeah, I'm like, damn, I'm hauling ass, and I get to this part, so I call myself in this stuff. This is how you understand it. How does it happen? Taking my time, taking little baby steps, and then bah, you know, face first, nothing but me and concrete. Fuck me up. I'm like, oh shit, oh, put my hands up, and the skin on my middle finger and ring finger got snatched off, and I was like, oh shit, oh, I'm actually bleeding. Couldn't help but laugh. I just rolled over, laughed. I was like, man, thank God, you know what I mean? Because I could have hit a forehead, I could have cracked some teeth, I could have wiped out, you know what I'm saying? I could have totaled my shit. And I would have been so upset in my life, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have been ready to quit. But, I was like, man, let me get up. And this lady, I know I had fucked up because this lady, she was watching me and she tried to turn her head and act like she ain't see me just face plant the concrete that hard. Like, I was so embarrassed, man. I'm like, fuck, because as I'm trying to tiptoe over the fucking like gap within the sidewalk where the drive-through, where this sidewalk kind of like has an incline. It's like it's really spaced out, and it has like a hole, so your foot can, like, you know, fit in there. And that's what happened. The top wheel, when I went to go lift my foot up, it got caught inside of the hole, so I tripped, you know, and man, I thought it was over. I thought I was about to, man, bust all my shit. But luckily, because God is good, for real. Because I was like, God, like, please, you know what I mean? Don't take me out like this. So, so I was lucky enough to, you know, respond. Like, I was like, damn, my reflexes is still on point because it happened so instantly, and I threw my hands up. All I lost was some skin on my fingers. That doesn't hurt no, you know. It had bled out just a little bit, and it was so weird because as soon as it bled out, the blood started to coagulate and it formed a scar. It was like crusty by the time I got to the laundromat, and I was like, oh, dude. Damn, not the laundromat, but the dollar store to buy detergent. I'm just thinking about, like, where the dollar store is. There's a laundromat there, and I had like sat in their bench that they had outside as I was coming down the street, getting ready to go to the freaking dollar store. So, but the fall, man, it was nasty. So I was like, damn, I took it in, I sat on the curb, and this lady, she walked by, she didn't say that, and I'm just looking like, man, you just looked at my hoodie and just got the, like, let me start talking to this guy. I was like, damn, man, like, this hoodie is really clean. Like, it really was washed the OxyClean, you know, gang, you know what I'm saying? Like, it you know, got washed, and it smells good. It's bad, you know, but she wasn't trying to ask no questions. She got the, you know, fuck on. And the lady who seen me, you know, fall, she just, man, she turned around so I couldn't see her face, and I know she was laughing at me. Like, she had to be, because I started laughing. I'm like, oh, wow, you know, whew, God is good, because I could have bust my shit so bad. I could have cracked all my shit, wide fuck open teeth, face, you know. It was scary as fuck. But then I was like, okay, let me sit down for a minute. I'm sitting down, and I'm like, man, I should take these bitches off. I got mad and just walked the rest of the way. But I'm like, I didn't bring any shoes. So I'm like, oh man, this is one of the moments where, you know, I just realized that I had forced myself to do the whole situation and rollerblades. When I went to the store, I get in line, I got some detergent, and I bought some earbuds, and I'm like, oh, okay. cool. I put everything in my bag, and you know, cause I had a book pack in my bag, on my back, and rollerblade off. And the guy was real cool. I thought it was somebody, hey bro, you know, come in here and rollerblade, you know, we got a bullshit, no policy, rollerblade, cool stuff. And you know, he didn't even trip. I was like, damn, okay, cool. Got my shit. As soon as I got checked out, I headed back. I'm like, okay. I was surprised because on the way back, I did like way more without taking a break. I actually like went halfway, crossed over this main street, and then I went to go sit down for a second. Cause I'm like, the weight on your legs, it's just different. It's a motherfucker. That kind of exercise, if it does, like for certain, makes you remember. Like you're not gonna forget. It's definitely distinctive when it comes to how it, you know, works out your lower body and your core. Because I was feeling it. I was like, oh shit, energy drained. When I got back, I'm like, man, where is my trees at? Went to go look at my trees. Realized my papers got wet. I said, oh my God, I got it. Wow. That's my papers. Can't even have a moment with Mary. You can't even have a deep discussion because, you know, she talking about she need a blanket to be rolled up in. So I'm just like, man, let me go get a blanket from Mary so we can, you know, turn up the heat real quick and get it popping. But anyway, I'm like, OMG, I can't even deal. I'm burnt out. Like, wow, is this the moment? You know, exercise like draining. So I'm like, okay, I feel good about it though, because you know, after like a good workout and you get a good night's rest, you feel so much more energized. And I like that feeling. So I'm you know, just embracing it. But it was deep. Like I thought I was over it. Like, man, I was like, God, please no, oh no. It was bad. It was a scary shit. It was about to be catastrophic, but somehow, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm still going, you know, do it. Like every time I have to go, get, you know, any kind of stuff to wash clothes, I'm going there. Not for convenience wise, I mean, it's other places that's closer, but I like this place, and I like, you know, the staff that's there, because they never give me no hostility about, you know, me coming around. Like I carry a book pack a lot, and I keep my, you know, my laptop in it, my fridge. Other stuff. Most of the time it's my sketchbook, but right now my sketchbook, I gotta go find my sketchbooks actually. Like I got them tucked away, and it's book packs. They should be safe and fine, but I haven't seen them. Like that day in storage, and I went to go look for my electronics and didn't see my sketchbook, so I gotta check on that because I was gonna pick that back up. And it really started you know, organizing my series, because that's one of the things I want to do. I want to make a little series and have it intense. You know, I don't want it to be a shonen, but I want it to have the popularity of a shonen. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to get that kind of publicity, and I want it really intense when it comes to the combat. I want it, you know, brutal. I want it to you know, be hair raising. You know what I mean? Like I want. Oh yeah, yes. Okay. Damn, I'm like, I don't want to up the mood my party, but she know what time it is. Okay. Oh snap. Yeah, that was, I'm so done. Like, that was like the highlight of my day. I was sitting on the bench while I was, trying to catch my breath. That was sweat, dry up a little bit. What? I was, extra little weight up on, man, I was just soaking wet, and I was like, oh, I hate this. I hate the way it feels to, weigh what I weigh now, and I was just like, man, I'm glad I'm not obese. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. But it was really impacted the rollerblades for me. So I was like, I gotta get this shit off quick. This is not for me. Like, I feel sluggish on here, like being weighted down, and it was just so unpleasant. But after I got back to the house, I said, oh shit, cool. Now I can finally take them off, relax. I felt accomplished. I'm like, man, I did a mile today, and granted, 2 miles was back and forth. Granted, it's been a year, I still, able to get back into it at a decent pace. Like, I really wish I didn't have to carry the book pack with me, where I wasn't straight, if I was doing something that I wanted to have and didn't have enough stuff on me. Like, I keep other stuff in my bag too, like ID, my passport. And I'm like, well, I might need that kind of stuff, so let me just take the whole bag. Cause say if I, want to chill out at the Starbucks or something, while I'm out that way, or pick up a snack or something. Still eat it, you know what I mean? It's like, I still do it. Take the switch or whatever, but, when I'm playing with the red later, when I have my car with me, I never study that. I do all that shit in the car. But inside, with my car to fall back home, I was like, let me take my bag and, go to the store. So, it was just so, like, like, it just felt like, man, I had so much luggage, man. It just felt heavy as fuck. I ended up, having to put if I didn't have it bad, then I would have had this experience too. It helps with endurance, you know, and stronger back. So I'm like, you know what, I'll take the pain. But it definitely got me. Definitely totally. I'm gonna play it. Should I just take a nap? Because I really want to take a nap. After I do a little bit of this, I thought I went to Hagos. I don't know, but I need this too, though. I have to have the crystals in order to level up. So, the next weapon, I'm gonna do a little bit of it. Then I'm gonna do the PvP, and then I'm gonna turn it off. They're gonna do. They're saying they're gonna do the zone boss for sure, and that's actually cool because she gives a lot of crystals and she gives the material I need to make a weapon. And I'm actually out. I had like some that I used it for a paladin weapon, and I needed like 5 more. Well, technically a total of 10 to make the 2 weapons that I want to like samurai. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of today, and probably grind a little later for the other stuff. Because, you know, I can, if this is a party and I happen to be here when it first starts, I can get a lot of crystals with that one playthrough. If the group of people here, when I go, are serious about farming. You know, because it is a lot of crystals to get. It's just annoying because you have to do it a lot, like to progress through the thing instead of the levels. When I get the levels, you know, the cool thing is you do get one guaranteed weapon as you're playing through each zone. So, you know, when you first get here, you know, pick your weapon that you want to work on for certain, and then everything else is so much easier after you open up the whole experience of the world, because there's 4 zones. So each one is it's beautiful as far as the landscape is concerned and the vastness of it, but you know, the area is treacherous. It's rough. Like, you got obstacles in danger areas. That's what makes it fun. You know, you have to tough it out and learn to avoid unnecessary battles. You know, on the run, it's like, man, you know, by the time you get to 70, you become proficient in playing. At least you should be proficient in playing. And then you're like, man, you know, I'm good. I don't have to worry anymore. I know how to play really good now. I got the 70, yeah. And then you get here, and it's like, oh snap, you know what I mean? Like, I really got to do my PvP because they can just KO me. Especially when you start, you know, when you don't have any of the material to increase your defense against the elemental creatures here. Because each creature, like majority of the creatures, got like elemental affiliations, and you know you can combat it with the way you set up your material board. This little device right here, you can spin it either way, and they kind of like automatically distribute it for you, or you could do it if you if you go to the machine. But anyway, I'm just like, yikes, man, because I'm so sore right now. But I know in the morning I'm gonna feel great. Like, I always overdo it when it comes to exercise, but it helps me like stick to the lecture. You know what I mean? Like, if I go hard this one time, you know, then I can go harder next time, and each exercise session will be, you know, working because I can get, you know, burn a lot of calories, and I don't really eat, like I said, a lot of junk food anyway. I just consuming a lot of bread the last year, and I'm like, damn, I should have, man, just avoided that, but I didn't. I was like eating bread and going to sleep, and it just all of a sudden pounds of power like came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh no, fuck, man, I should have been doing sit-ups and crunches, you know, but it's all good. Like, now that that situation is out of the way, I can actually do all that more, and me doing rollerblading is definitely already working. Stomach went down a little bit. It's okay, cool. It's not gross. Like, I don't have one. I'm like, oh my god, you have a beer gut, that's so nasty type of shit going on. It's just like, you know, damn, okay, you been eating good or something. You know what I mean? Like, kind of not. Like, I just, the food, man, the bread, just, I don't know why I OD'd on the bread. I really don't. I kind of regret it so bad, like I do. But I'm like, it's alright. I was just having this issue about being too skinny. And I said, fuck it, you know, if I put on some more pounds. And then I realized, I'm like, damn, you know what? Like, I'd rather be slim and fit than obese, you know, having extra weight on me that is just hindering my life experience. You know what I mean? I can't deal with that. So after this little experiment, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this shit off and I'm keeping it off because I already eat very healthy anyway, and I could always turn it up. You know what I mean? I could be more stricter, and but I was going to do my smoothie soon. I just had to wait till I go grocery shopping and get the ingredients to make them. And I'm gonna do my smoothies again, and that shit eliminate a lot of junk food and give me the nutrients and stuff I need to detox my body and get all that extra weight off. Cause some of it's water weight, some of it, you know, it's probably waste. You never know. You know what I mean? But I just know it'll be easy for me to get it off once I implement the smoothies, because smoothies will curb my appetite a lot. And they will be so packed with vegetables and fruit, you know, carrots, whole stalk of kale, arugula, spinach, spring mix, you know. So it's like, okay, you know, when it comes to the leaves, green leaves, there's plenty of that in there. And then you got the, you know, frozen fruit and the fresh fruit that kill the veggie taste. So you know, it's packed full of flavor. And then I blend it with 100% juice, whether it's orange juice, white grape juice, Concord grape juice, or you know, apple juice. So that way it doesn't have like that diluted taste, you know. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Like, I do those. I was taking them like twice a day, and my appetite was so control. I was loving it. I didn't eat that much. Like, I did those small meals, you know, be good to go. And my body was good. Like, my skin was glowing, and you know, my hair was flourishing. It was gone. Like, it's gotten to the certain nada where it's long, but it's still short. Like, I think comes down to the middle of your back, or, down to your waistline, and that's what you call hair. Like definitely, my definition of hair, but it's shoulder back. I'm like, okay, these braids keep it out the way, but I gotta, get a regimen of taking care of that, or just, taking care of it, period. But like, I haven't bought any because I haven't been out that way with it. Didn't want that to be in the playthrough, so took the mic out. But anyway, now that's out the way. I'm just like, because it's so taxing, man. It's really taxing on the body when you rollerblade, but it's so worth it though. Like, you get so much muscle definition, legs, glutes, great, back, get those like fine lines, from. Oh, she gave me a ride. Okay. From the lower back area, like that's kind of points down to your crack like that. Those lines, they get more defined from all the adjusting your body, shifting your weight, stretching. You get, some perks, a lot of perks. Endurance, that's the best thing. Endurance is, man, like I want to combine it with swimming, but once I get some of this weight off, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna get a membership at this place that I know has a pool, and go there and swim, like at least 3 times a week. Cause I'm like I can't. Oh shit, man. I can't do this. I just, as a guy, I feel like, especially a dude that center around health, I should feel, but that's just me, what I mean? Like, I guess it's because I always been active, road bikes and play sports, and raced and competed in other sports activities or challenges that test your physique. That's how we do that shit. Like, we play high school, sometimes we go high, climb up a tree, there was like this barbecue pit. They had like this chimney. It was huge, and it was really smoking your meat. And I was a small kid at the time. I had climbed on top and then shimmy my way down and kind of like, you know, place my arms out so I could kind of like hide in there, but not like sink farther down. I'm kind of like, you know, using the walls to keep my self from slipping farther into the chimney and staying at the part where I entered into the chimney at. And then I slid down and got stuck. You know, yeah, I was always one of the kind of active people, so I'm like, now that I took that year off, like just life, you know what I mean, dealing with shit that occurred that was like out of my control, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, you know, thank God that the end result is what happened, but it was just like so much shit, you know, went on at that time, and it just derailed me off a lot of stuff. So I was like, you know, never again, you know what I mean? Like it taught me a lot of stuff as far as like, you know, how to manage, you know, really a lot of stuff going on. But man, I was adjusted. I was like, really livid for what was going on at the time, and I was like, you know, I can't allow like outside influences to affect my food, you know. So I had to learn how to just stay easy breezy, because it's more conducive to, you know, moving forward than doing things with too much aggression. So I was just like, oh gee, you know, life lessons, thank God for them, but it threw me back, you know what I mean? And I was like, shit, I really should have stayed on track with my fitness stuff. But you know, my body doesn't look that. Thank God it doesn't look like ill, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like, how you really let yourself go that, you know, like, that bad, it's not like that. So I'm thankful, so thankful it's not, you know, fucked up. But I just feel fucked up because the extra weight is making me feel sluggish and heavier with a step, and it's just, I feel uncomfortable. Like my body's really made it, you know what I mean? So I gotta get this extra baby fat off of me. But other than that, you know, it was a nice day. I'm just burnt out. Like, I'm at the point about, you know, I'm trying to hold out as much as I can get these crystals. And then once I get them, then I'm gonna call it a night. You know what I mean? I'm gonna write some reviews and you know, take a nap, because I'm like, man, I can't believe how drained I feel from that. Like, rollerblading 2 miles. Like, I'm just shocked, you know what I mean? Like, cause I used to do that, go to and back without stopping, and I'm like, like, just cause I didn't do anything for you, this is the results. Like, it really does, you know, fuck with you, you know, when it comes to rollerblades, like, it's different, you know what I mean? Like, cause your body does have to adjust. And I'm just like, oh damn, like, what? I thought I would be okay. You know what I mean? I didn't think it would be that much of an impact, you know, on me, since I used to rollerblade a lot. Like, I used to go downtown with a cousin of mine, and we'd park our car, you know, he would drive his car, I would leave my car at my mom's. I would, you know, ride down there with him, because he would like to drive down with the food and shit. And I'm like, well, bro, I really don't eat that much down here, because I used to work down here in the restaurant industry, and I did not like how they was getting down. So I learned to be more cautious about eating out, you know. So I'm like, I'm not really impressed with that. But if we go to Bucharest, you know, I eat from them because you can watch them fix your food. Especially when I go to, since there's a couple of them down there. And he said, all right, cool, set it up. You know, so we go and we park the car and we get out and you know, I thought I had rollerblade a lot. Like I thought cause I would go to the track, it's this huge park. I mean, huge park. It has like a soccer field, football field, a basketball, full basketball court, a library, and some ponds. And then it has a forest trail. You know, the park is huge as stuff. Where you can park that car, you know, and chill at. Like, you literally, it's like in the woods where you can park your car and just chill, like in your car in the woods, you know. And then it's a trail where you can actually walk, and it's another trail for your bike. I'm like, man, this park is lit, you know. It's definitely great for if you were a spiritual person and you want to soak in some nature, you can, you know, meditate there. But the last time I tried to synchronize my chakra with the environment there, I had this bad feeling of like, you know, wicked stuff happened there before, but I wasn't sure, you know, cause I didn't do any research on the place, but it just had like a dark undertone to it. And it's weird because it gets like this eerie fog over the grass at certain times of night. Because I would, you know, sometimes I would like go there like late at night at the park, and I'll have like a bottle of wine in my car, and I'll rollerblade like around the park and then in the park. And I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 miles when I finished in total. And I'd be so, you know, like wasted from the wine and the rollerblade, and I'll just pass out of my car. Wake up in the morning, you know, go back to the crib, shower, brush the teeth, all that stuff. But it was just so nice, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a nature person, so sometimes, you know, I like to be out there and get to let the wind, you know, graze, you know, and bless my skin, you know what I'm saying? Sunlight too. So, you know, I have my mom for it, like, you know, I wouldn't mind going camping, but you know, it was fun. I would pass out of my car, wake up, and then, you know, carry on my day. Of course I'll go and shower and all that stuff, you know, and then take my day, but some of my weekends was like that, and I was like, damn. It was weird because they have like, the reason why I was so comfortable with the park is because they have a park security that drives their car around and they check for any like, you know, weirdos or suspicious activities. And the chick, you know, she seen me. You know, I waved to her, she seen me doing mixed martial arts at the time. Then she seen me rollerblading around the park, you know, and she recognized my car, so she was cool with it, you know, and I was like, thank God, you know what I mean? And she never like called the police on me, cause I was fried a couple times. Like I will always have Mary with me, and you know, she'd be tucked in her own little bag, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, Mary, let me holler at you real quick. Come on out, you know what I'm saying? It's time for you to put on the performance, you know. Let me see what you're talking about. And you know, then I, you know, like enjoy her company with a bottle of wine. So I'd be, you know, rock solid by the time half the bottle is gone. Because when I'm dealing with Mary, when she get heated, all it takes is what, 2 good, 3 good heavy inhales, you know, or her perfume, and I'm just like, OMG, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. But and you know, the wine that I drink, it's really good wine. It's called Fresh Farms,
And it's like, you know, at our local retail store out here, it's $9.99, but the alcohol percentage is like 13.29. I've bought, you know, more expensive wines, but it's just like a lot of wines taste the same. But this one doesn't. This is why I like it, because it doesn't really taste, you know, like, especially the red wines, like, you know, Merlot's have this dry, bitter taste. And I'm cool with that, you know what I mean? And then you have white wines that, like Chevions, that are dry and bitter, and okay. Then you have Moscatos, and, you know, they're a little sweet. But this one, it's a cranberry wine, and it tastes so good. It tastes like you were drinking cranberry juice. So by the time you finish the bottle, it's fried. You know what I'm saying? Definitely quick. And it's nice, because it's not one of those moments where, you know, you amped up, you fired up, you know, you're not aggressive, you just feel so relaxed, you know what I mean? And well, for me, they had my hormones tweaked up, but I got a lot of stuff controlled, so, you know, I never let it get the best of me. But I'm like, man, you know, whew, let me hop in a cold shower real quick, because I'm, you know, man, you know what I'm saying? But it's a really good wine. I was like, I got so involved with the wine. You know, I started doing 2 bottles a day, and man, it was fun. Like I had a lot of fun. That was when I was rollerblade, you know, like at least 3 to 4 times a week. You know, that's like, it makes a lot of sense. That's how I got my weight down and my body solid. And now I'm like, man, you know, it's good to have something that is fun for you, you know, when it comes to like the way you keep your body in shape. You know what I mean? Like if you like to ride a bike, you know, do that. You know what I mean? Because it'll be a fun exercise. Like you won't even think about, you know, you actually getting a workout doing it, because you know, enjoying the experience. But I like rollerblade because it works more of my body out. You know what I mean? And it helps me build my mental. So that's the main reason why I like it. It strengthens my mental. Like literally, it makes you concentrate on a different level, and it also helps you master multitask. That's what it consists of. You know, a lot of multitasking. So I like it for that. It always makes, you know, my perceptiveness and my attention span sharper, you know, when I rollerblade. You know, okay, I like that. You know what I mean? Information is key. Like, the more you know, the better you are, you know, as a person. If you apply information, you know, with pure and good intentions and love and care, you know, you will be a blessing. But if you're a person who seeks power and greed, you know, then of course, you know, the way you use your information may be ridiculous. That's on you. But it just happens, you know what I'm saying? People, you know, they do them. So with that being said, I'm just like, man, you know, I gotta keep the circle small, man. Like I'm all about business and making big connections, but just I'm like, right now, I build a small circle. Like I have people I know that, you know, have come through if I ask them, and they're cool, but I don't, you know, like rely on people and like owing them favors because they can't do it. I do like having as an option if I ever need, you know, a favor, they will be able to assist. So I don't make friends for an option. I make friends to enjoy the things that I like to do. You know, like come to movies. If I like, you know, like, well, I have friends that I go to movies with. Yeah, let's go see this horror flick. Let's go see this action flick. You know, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I have friends. Share my common interests. I don't have friends that just that, even though some people get real upset when we don't stick them down. And I'm like, I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? I just never lived that kind of lifestyle. I never had friends that crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thank God. Because you know, that shit gets really nasty. When people start growing attachments and that's not where your mind is at, and you know, and then people turn spiteful and do spiteful ass shit, expose you, set you up, say shit about you, you know what I mean, that can be detrimental to, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on. But I'm like, nope, save me on the bullshit, because I don't need no added nonsense in my life. I don't want it. I love having peace of mind, and I love being able to, you know, laugh and sleep without nothing on my conscience. So that's why I treat people right, because I can't deal with, you know, heavy conscience. You know what I'm saying? Things that are haunting me because I made the wrong decision. I'm already a very spiritual person, so I don't like shit that taxes my mental. Everything mentally can affect you spiritually. Like, that's the fucked up part about your body having three operating mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? The body operates off your mind, spirit, and your flesh. How you treat your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because if too much damage is experienced, you know, with the vessel you got, you know, your heart can shut down. The body can just quit. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you have to balance it. Your mind is overwhelmed, shit makes you sad, you know, it haunts you, you can't sleep, your health starts to decline, you know what I mean? Like, your immune system drops, you know, especially when you're not getting enough sleep, and you're not, you know, fueling your body so it can stay strong and do what it's supposed to. It's just a lot of shit stimulates from the condition of our mind. Just our minds alone control your health. That's the fucked up part about, you know, life, mental health is serious. So, you know, you can't control what you exposed to when you're in adolescence, you know what I mean? Like, you at the mercy of whoever's your guardian, you know what I mean? And let's be real, there's fucked up people out there who you have kids and you know, may God be with them, and they get delivered out of their hellhole. But it be like that, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it be like that sometimes. So, you know, I'm like, man, you can't expect everybody to be the same, but you have to be ready, you know, in your life with certain things, you know what I'm saying? And even if, you know, something hits you out the blue, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to respond. You have to be ready to process your own information. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one is ever, you know, ready for unexpected, but you have to be ready to deal with it. You know what I mean? No matter how unexpected it is, you have to be ready to deal with it in that moment. That's the irony of, you know, dealing with life.
because things can happen that you have no control over, but you gotta be ready to handle it. You gotta be ready to back on your feet as soon as the situation arrives. Sometimes a reaction is not even required. You can just walk away, but that still requires you to think and take action. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, some people are so impulsive that they don't, oh no, they don't take time to think. They just act on emotions. You know, if they're angry, they act out of rage, they fight, they aggressive. You know what I mean? Then some act out more strategically. They'll plan some shit to have you set up and then fuck your shit up. You know what I mean? And you know, you thinking like, damn, what's going on? Like, wow, this shit is not going right. This not shit not going right. It could be, you know, the influence of the person that's in your life. You know what I mean? That doesn't want to see you exceed them in any form. You know, but I hate talking about the wickedness of the world, the evil, and how people, you know, use holy scripture to cause hate, death, and separation. You know, like the issue with homosexuality, right? I will do my little research, and I understand that, you know, God wants us to procreate. That's what He made women for. You know, which is fine. You can have a wife and still live your life. You know what I mean? Like, society has gotten so used to structure and order that they just don't think for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, we taught that the structure of marriage is between man and woman, and you know, you have to, you know, abide and obey. You know, by, you know, your significant other, you know, expectations and requests. That, you know, it's part of marriage. That's what it takes. You know, that's what you signed up for. To literally, you work there for you. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, okay. If my wife is comfortable with how we live our life, it's like I just, man, I was shocked. I saw this content creator earlier, and you know, he was a redhead, heavyset dude with a shit ton of tats. You know, I was thinking to myself, like, bro, I don't know how you sat down that long and got all them tattoos, man. Like, I like tattoos. I got a couple, but I'm tapped out. Like, I got my two. It was like, fuck that. I'm straight. You know what I mean? I don't need it anymore. I'm good, because the pain was, you know, endurable, but I still hated the experience. And I'm kind of mad because I'm older. I got it when I was like 18, 17, and it was the Teddy's from Empress Bad Brother. I got it right on my album. And, you know, they still look nice up to this day, but I'm like, man, why did I get them so big? And why did I, you know, didn't get them more, you know, like, in a moment. It's like, oh my damn, what's up? But they don't look bad, but I have it, you know what I mean? But I should have got a more detailed picture of it and had a tattoo artist do it, so, you know, like, got a scene, a done action, and, you know, had it on my album instead of just a still picture. But, anyway, it still looks good, and I'm just like, man, you know, I was looking at this guy's tattoo, was like, damn, bro, you have your whole body almost covered. You even got something on your face, bro. What the fuck? And you know, he was talking about his relationship with his wife and the hateful stuff people were saying, because he, I don't know what he identifies as sexual orientation wise, but you know, he is open about being the receiver when it comes to intimacy with the dudes. And I was like, what?
you know what I'm saying? I'm shocked because the wife is not bad looking. You know, she has long hair, she has tattoos too, she's thick, you know, and she's a white girl, but it don't matter what nationality you are, you know what I mean? It's just to give some more image to, you know, the person. But I'm sitting there like, wow, like, so she lets her husband, you know, take it up, you know, back door, and she's actually there with him, like, you know, like coaching it and guiding it, and I'm like, what? You know, according to her and, you know, their openness, I'm just like, yeah, all right, you know, and I'm feeling proud, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But they married, you know what I'm saying? And that's the relationship that they have. And she's completely cool with it. Like, she don't have any power, like, at all. She even, you know, likes women on the side. So, like, they look blissful. She looks real in the face. She looks like she was super happy. Like, they actually look happy, you know what I mean? So I was just like, wow, they wild. You know what I mean? And, I was just like, cool, that's liberating to see that there's people who took the time to communicate openly and honestly about who they are as people, and, you know, decide to love each other and embrace all their life in this life, you know what I'm saying? And allow that person to completely different. So I was like, that's fire, you know? I wouldn't mind having a conversation with them, you know what I mean? But it's not that. It's just like, man, bro, like, you know, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, so how long have I been making? He didn't go into detail about how they met or none of that stuff. You know, he just stated the dynamics of their relationship. And I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? So it just really shocked. That people really love to control. I've never been that kind of person. Only thing I expect out of my significant other is if you're in a monogamous relationship, then we respect each other, you know what I mean? But if we're just kicking it, having a time, we just start off, we just, you know, putting each other out, you know what I'm saying? We have a relationship, you know. I expect you to, you know, of course, to be honest, but if you at a point where you don't know, you know, what you want, like you just want to, you know, kick it, hang out, and see where it goes. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you got people that you is interested in, and you interact with them, socialize, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to trip. I'm not the type of person that is going to restrict you from having friends and shit, you know? So now, if we became an actual couple, so like, okay, we're really dating now, you know, we just came in and, you know what I'm saying, we agreed to monogamy, and your intentions with that person was maybe something, you know, I expect you to be like, look, you know, I'm sorry I'm dating right now, you know, I can't really entertain this situation because I know, you know, where this is supposed to be going. You know what I mean? I know what you wanted, you know what I'm saying? And I know that you know what I mean? But, then, you know what I'm saying? I got somebody who can do that. Like, I like people that have that sort of integrity, you know what I mean? But not a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people have that mentality where they want to have multiple partners. You know what I mean? They want to take care. You know what I'm saying? It's impressive to brag about. So really, it's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Because it does increase your risk. You know what I'm saying? The unfortunate happens. And you know, as much as I love to have that with someone, the ability to you know, have relationship with them, you know, that I'm really fucking with, like I really like them, we click, and, you know, we have fun, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, of course, like, you know, that's definitely
time that I would be expecting to forward to, eventually with a person if they decide to run a professional sport. Both parties decide to dive head first, which I usually don't do that anyway. And I'm just saying, if this someone, say for example, I've known them for 5 years, and opportunity arise to where, it's an opportunity to be intimate with them. I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm like, maybe I should wait till you get married, but at that point in time, I feel like, if the moment arrives and I felt like, I want to do it, then I'll probably do it, but, I don't know. I like it. I do think it's super married, but I'm like, if I plan on marrying you anyway, I don't see why, you can't just, cruise a little quick, and still get married. You see what I'm saying? If it's somebody like I just met, I'm reserved. Person. Sometimes your hormones might be outrageous. You might just want to pop, and then that person is giving you the opportunity to do so. Like, okay, but I don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying those opportunities to come up, when you're single or when you're not single. It's just do you answer, do you respond to it. I'm the type of person I don't play with somebody's heart, so I'm not going to do nothing that's going to cause agony to a person, affect their psyche, change how they are, like, in a negative way. I don't like that feeling. That's just so fucked up to do somebody like that, to make them change who they are when they, came to open, free, trustworthy, and sincere, loving, and they, held on to what you were saying to them, and then it turns out that you were a fucking liar and a user, and now, they gotta be more careful about what they listen to when it comes to their day. That's a caution. Now they have because of the contact that you put there, or just a shitty person, just not saying you directly, but this the fucked up person is causing a problem. Like, those are the traumas that people get left with, and it's hard to come back from. I personally, I don't have them traumas severely, but I do have trust issues. I don't really trust people like that, especially with today's society and today's world. Like, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt always, until you give me otherwise, but I'm more slower to trust a person than I am to be like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to be like, I'm gonna trust you until you give me reason not to, but my guard is up, you know what I mean? And then if you're not showing consistency with following through on your word, then I can't fuck with you, you know what I mean? Like, I'll warn you that I'm irritated by that, but if you can't tighten it up, and I don't, because I'm like, we once you cross the threshold of 20, right? No one expects you to know everything, but you should know how you want to be as a person to an extent. You should know if you want to be a person, that's business oriented, or someone who is a hustler, network through the streets and make it, you get to decide what kind of person you want to be when it comes to the type of system you got set up as far as how you make your income and how you deal with people. I'm in the mentality where, like, I like to do my things with a business mentality, clean, professional, straight to the point, and that's it. When it comes to dealing with people,
on a regular. And then when it comes to friends, I'm like, okay, you know, man, that one's weird for me because when the last buddy I had when I was playing Final Fantasy with a long time ago, we met in class, and you know, I was minding my own business, and he noticed I had my sketchbook in my hand. So he turns around and he gives me his sketchbook. And he says, oh, okay, you got some skill, whatever. And, you know, I just go back to doing my work. Bro, this is stocks and bonds class, bro. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to get it. You know, my little A, get the fuck on up out of here, bro. I ain't really trying to, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool. So, you know, he asked me to hang out. Right in over to my place and said, yeah, I go. You know, at first I didn't go the first couple of times. I was like, no, bro, I can't. I got all that shit to do because it was true. I was working 2 jobs, and I was like, I just didn't have the time, and I ended up having a couple of days off. You know, and one of the days he asked me to hang out. Finally got to see where it is at. And I told him, I like this neighborhood. I'm like, you live over here? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And this is a really, really nice neighborhood. So it was really nice. And then I, you know, got to meet the family and everything. And I'm like, bro, you know, what's going on? Because why your grandma keep telling me, you know, how much you know, pay everything, and I'm thinking like, is she trying to tell me something? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, I was just shocked. You know what I mean? And I didn't know how to process it, and I'm thinking like, what does she mean by that? You know what I mean? Like, is she trying to say like he's kind of challenged or something? Because like, we're in a business class, and ain't no way possible that he could be, you know, mentally challenged or something. And I know that's not the case because, you know, the shit we did have conversations about with another guy in education, you know, so I'm like, if he fucked up, I gotta be fucked up, you know what I mean? When it comes to mentally challenged, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I'm in the same class, so I just, you know, kept it moving, and then finally got to know him as a person and realized he was his own individual, and you know, it was cool to hang out for a little time that we did hang out, you know, when I was available, and then when I lived in that neighborhood, we hung out a whole lot, and I was just like, bro, you know, man, you gotta get Final Fantasy, and then he was like, well, I'm not broke as fuck. I can't get a job. And he tried. He ended up getting this job at this sushi place. And I don't know what happened. You know, I was rooting for him. I was working at this movie theater and this pharmacy. And I, you know, I didn't really have no time. I was burnt out. And you know, he was like, man, I got fired. I don't know what's going on, and da-da-da-da, and I was like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like, I was rooting for you, you know, I'm like, now you making money and shit, what's going on? I don't know why that happened, I don't know what he did or what, you know, he never explained, so I just like, man, just keep at it, bro, find you a different job, you know what I mean, it shouldn't have happened to me before, you know, it's just, you gotta just keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? And don't let it affect your self-esteem. But he did, you know, he actually like got upset about that shit and stopped trying. And I said, damn, bro, and all of a sudden he's incarcerated, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, you don't have to go that route to get money, you know, even though they pay you know what I'm saying? Now with our new president, he's been trying to give them bonus incentives and shit. You know, little holiday bonuses for services. And I'm like, you know, that's what's up. I hope my bro is saving his money because it sucks to be out of the military and then you have nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the traumas that you don't have to endure within the service. And, you know, a lot of people come back with PTSD and don't want to talk about it, or you know, are never the same, but it's how they were then. Something like that shit does concern me a little bit, but I'm like, you know what, he a grown person. You know, he has to be accountable for his actions. So maybe it might change him, you know, for the better. You know what I mean? Like give him more drive, make him tougher, make him stand up for himself more, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna pity his decision or you know, or look at it as a negative. So you know, hopefully everything just works out. But you know, I haven't even spoken to him within that year's time either. So I was like, man, bro, you know, what's going on? You know, that was a friend that I didn't reach out to make. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't really know, you know, like what you know, what is the best way to make it? You know what I mean? Like, it just happens when it flows. You know, that was a situation where it just flows. You know what I mean? And it ended up being friends. So it's just you know, you don't have to be. You know, the point of me saying that, like, you don't have to be a person that has to feel alone, you know, or feel alone because you don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, once you get to the point where it's like hanging out with yourself, trust me, people will they will prefer hanging out with you that way versus, you know, you feeling like you just wish you had somebody around all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you give off a different energy when you're comfortable and happy with yourself versus a person who is seeking attention. You know what I mean? Because you come off as needy, and your aura, you know, emits that like depression to that pool of dread, and you know, it's not very pleasant to be around when people who are highly susceptible to energies and sense that it makes them, I can't be around this person because they pull me down. You know what I mean? And you may be really, you know, nice, and they might be really nice too, but they might not want to be in your space because of that energy that you're putting off. You know, you could scare off friends, potential friends that way. So, you know, it's best to get mentally fortified before you make friends anyway. Because the better you are to yourself, the better you are to your friends, literally. And, you know, if you can't love yourself, it's just a fact. You can't really love somebody else. You can't be a friend of nobody else. And once you have this certain level of love and appreciation for yourself, and that consists of self-acceptance, you know, 7 things that you cannot change, you know, and the things that you can change, and happy with the things, you know, that you have and don't have, and the mentality to do better if it's something that you want to do. If you don't like the car you got, you know, have the mentality, okay, I'll just work a little hard, you know, and save up the money to get it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't resort to negative, you know, thinking. You always have a positive mentality, you know, and optimism, and motivation and effort. You know what I mean? Like, your state of mind can control your motivation, your determination and effort. So you know, it's good to always have a positive mind, can keep you in a positive space that helps you resolve issues, you know, with better quality thinking, especially when you're here in the moment. When you practice it, it just becomes something like nature to you, you know what I mean? And when you really need it, it'll shine through. So it's just best to have some connect, you know what I'm saying, with life versus, you know, you taking things head on with hostility or negativity or spite, you know, or disrespect, you know, some things, those negative attributes really fucks up your opportunity to be around really good people, you know, because really good people can see that shit and they'll thwart you. And, you know, naive people, you know, will, you know what I'm saying, they'll deal with you until they become aware of what you put out, you know what I mean, and they wise enough to decide that, you know, they don't want to have that in their world, you know what what I mean? Like, okay, so since I know this guy's a thief, I'm not gonna hang around because, you know, I'm affiliated with that. I don't want to, you know, be witness to the shit or knowing. And then that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's important, it's imperative that you pay attention to, you know, who you surround yourself with. So, you know, it's just rough. It's rough because I'm a people person, and you know, I like making friends, and you know, I like socializing with beautiful people. You know what I mean? Especially ones that I like. Okay, I know that we, you know, are feeling each other, and the attraction is there. Like, for me, that's a fun experience. You know, I like doing that, and I'm like, you know what? Since I'm not a cheater, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't allow that to happen. There's moments where I meet people and I, you know, be wanting to have a conversation, and I don't say nothing, you know, because I'm like, you know, I have my mindset on, you know, to build with another person, and then it makes my decision time harder, you know, or makes my decision, you know, to do certain things hesitant. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is another telltale sign of infidelity. Like, when it's things that should be a no-brainer goals, that person is, you know, reluctant to do those kind of events with you or prioritize you. I mean, I'm not, you know, a new person when it comes to space and time, because I like having my own space. I love having my own space. Like, I can't function without having my own space. If I have a person, which is how my ex was, very clingy and you know, users, I can't fuck with that. You know what I mean? I don't like a clingy user. Like, I like a clingy team player. Like, if you clingy and, you know, you team player, oh my God, you know, I'm in heaven, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a person that I know that loves me, you know what I mean? And values my time and presence, and, you know, does, you know, shit that I don't have to ask for them to do, you know what I mean? Like, shit, I took out the trash, they put a new bag in the trash can. You know what I'm saying? Just hang on, you know, I washed the clothes, they folded. Like, damn. This person is a team player type shit. That's what I like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know, friends or a lover. Like, I like having people that are, you know, truly supportive. Like, you have to really look at that and you know, decide what that's the kind of friends you have, because, you know, it's just makes your experiences in life a lot better than having that kind of people around. You know what I mean? It's like a quality of life upgrade. But, you know, you don't have to have all friends that have that mentality, but it's better if you do have all friends that have that mentality, because, you know, you just never know when you may meet somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may show up proud, you might get the vent, you know, you might need that person that's just always down and over, you know, you can have a, you know, a rooftop moment. You know, somebody got good energy and makes you forget about that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have a cousin, he got kids now, and you know, work a lot, but we used to hang out and we used to roast the Grammys and, you know, shit like that, little TV shows. We used to just have fun, just fucking that shit. And he would roast people so hard, I felt myself, you know, tearing up, you know what I'm saying? Damn near drooling out the mouth, and he was a funny ass dude. And you know, that was a pastime, you know what I'm saying? But that's not mental. But like, I had so many different family members that I just really never had the urge to always have their friends around. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had lots of friends too. So I was just like, damn, you know, I like my me time. So now you're dealing with this particular ass, we live together, and that person just was really clingy, and it pissed me off because they wasn't the same player, but they was really clingy, you know, like I love that you like being intimate with me, and you can get mad when I don't
give you intimate attention, but you know, I don't want to have a relationship that's just based off of intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my favorite part of the relationship. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it wears and tears on you when the person that you're dealing with is not a team player. Like, especially when you have other people that show you, you know, like, you're not nicking me down, but I do this and I do that. I'm like, well, damn, you absolutely right. I ain't giving you no dick at all, but you know what I mean? You definitely do way more than, you know what I'm saying? My, like, you know, significant other at the time, like, damn, what the fuck? What's wrong with this bitch? Like, you know, is she mad or not? You know what I'm saying? This nigga mad or not? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, really? So I just, that really shocked me, you know what I mean? And it changed my perspective. It let me understand, you know, that there's other people out there, you know what I mean? And they treat you a lot better. So never settle for being mistreated, you know, or underappreciated, you know what I'm saying? Never settle for that shit. Now, you know, truth be told, every relationship is gonna have a problem. You know, I have dislike to the person. This is gonna happen. If you love the person and truly enjoy them, you know, work it out. You know what I'm saying? Work it out. Moving off the fence. As long as they're not cheating on you, shit, you know, you great. I mean, unless they the person who don't wipe their ass good, it might be a hard situation to deal with, where they don't wash their feet good, you know, and that's like, oh, you got stinky feet. I mean, some people are into that kind of nasty ass shit, but me not. I like fresh scent, you know what I'm saying? I like the person to smell like they just got out of the shower when, you know, you're in an intimate setting, you know what I'm saying? I can't deal with much something like, I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's the difference between you just working out and you sweat, with that kind of like must smell, versus you like, you've been wearing the same clothes, or you know, you've been you know, active for a whole week, you know, and use the bathroom, or you haven't washed your ass, you know, you working on week 2 type shit. That's a turn off. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Like, I just can't do it. You definitely have to have, you know, some self-care as a priority in your life. Because I'm like, man, I don't want to put my, you know what I'm saying, share my meat stick with you when you got germs, you know what I'm saying, all on your ass. Like, what the fuck? I'm straight. But, that's why, you know, I just cut back on making friends, because, you know, that friend, granted, that's, you know, I don't have to do, and I feel bad for you sometimes being in the military, and, you know, I be kind of like, damn, it's cool, it's not cool, everything alright, you know, it's like, treatment, it's going to hell, like what, you know, what's going on? Because it's only so much shit they got allowed to tell you, and it's only so many, you know, times they get allowed their phone too at a certain point. So I don't know if it's deployed or not, because I haven't spoken to him in a time, but you know, he was a friend that just spawned out the blue. So I'm like, I don't know which way to go with that. Like, you can make friends anywhere you go, you know what I mean? But you can also see, like, that person's intention when you interact with them, you know what I mean? You can see if the person has friendly intentions, or they trying to, you know, get some action at you, you know what I mean? I don't see a person I know want to, you know, screw, and then call them a friend, you know what I mean? And then just be their friend, and so we can be comfortable, and, you know, I'm basically premeditating the situation, you know, so that's all I do. Like, getting comfortable with getting in the moment where you can actually do it, and then, you know, you do this shit, you know what I'm saying?
what's the point in being a friend? You know what I mean? If you know, that's not your intention. If that's what their intention is, they trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? You can see that shit, and then you gonna say, okay, let's just be friends right now. No, you know what you're doing. I don't like sneaky people like that. Like, some people think that they be so clever that they can mask what they're doing. They pull the, you know, the wool over your head and present things one way. And that's my bro, that's my cousin. The whole time they, you know, it's actually acting like the person. I don't like that sneaky shit. Like, just be real with me. Like, you know, yeah, man, this person was fooling around, I was single, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to lie. It's an adult, there's no reason to lie. So, I look at that when it comes to the people, you know, that I deal with. I don't like liars. I try my best not to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's some information is inaccurate. So when I deal with them, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? You too old for that. Like, you gotta let that shit go. Like, the only person you really hurting is yourself, because you lose opportunity. You lose opportunity when you don't embrace honesty. Because, you know, honesty, it frees you from certain things, you know what I mean? Like, if you come in a relationship and you tell a girl, look, I have 3 or 4 bitches, this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? And if you can't live with that, if that's not some shit that you want to fuck with, then I understand, shorty, but, you know, that's what I do. So if you know, you trying to hop on, you trying to be number 3, and number 4, you know, cool, you know what I'm saying? I'll make sure you straight, you know, whatever. And she said, okay, well, cool, you know what, I got another nigga anyway, I need to back up. And now you got 4 bitches, you know what I'm saying? But that, at least you see what I'm saying? You put it on the table, and she had the choice to deal with you. And you know what I'm saying? She dealing with you under honest notions, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, cool, you know, like, all right, she ain't got to worry, like, she know where she's standing, she know what she want, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything, it's all clear to go, unless the people that he dealing with don't know about her. But, you know, at least he told her, you know what I'm saying? I like people who are straightforward and honest, because it helps you move better with them, you know what I mean? It helps you deal with them better when the person is transparent, when they completely honest. But when they not, it's like, damn, I can't trust you. That's kind of how it was with the friend. Like, you know, I could sense the friend had like these kind of feelings and shit, but I was like, nah, you know, I hope I ain't overthinking it, because I do that a lot sometimes. But it wasn't overthinking it. I found out that it was like, man, I wonder why you fucking, you know, emotions all over the place. You acting, you know, you like, you might be rejected, you might not, you know what I'm saying? You was honest, the whole step away, and you can be proud of that. Like, that alone will just open doors in your life. Trust and believe. But yeah, I was just like, damn, bro, like, get it together. You know what I mean? Like, you over here, emotional wreck, and you know, I don't even know, you know, what to joke around, you know, joke about, what to say around you, because there was so much shit going on. Like, the friend had this other person come around, and this person was really like, and the person was being like out there, like, they did fuck. Like, this person, man, moved me and was like, you know, like, look, you know, it's right here. You own it, you have it. And I was like, wow. And I was like, damn, you know, I knew the person was a real cool person. We got along really well, and I'm like, damn, where the fuck you come from? You know what I'm saying? This comes right out the blue, you know, and I'm like, damn, you a friend, you know, of my friend. And I know I'm a friend of you, and I'm like, damn, I can't even entertain the thought of that because, you know, how we got introduced. So it was rough, you know, because the individual, man, I was shocked. Damn. And, you know, it was like what I like at first. You know, like physical appearance was nice. The ass was super nice. Man, I'm like, oh, wait. You know what I'm saying? But every time I looked at my bro, when we were talking shit, he would just look like a piece of him was crushed. Like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were just friends anyway, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know, you know, you was going to be that kind of person where you get, you know, extremely jealous, heartbroken. I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. All I did was, you know, just grab it and smack it, you know what I'm saying? Because we was just joking around, you know what I mean? And until, you know, the person was like, I really fuck with you. You know, what you gonna do? And I'm like, damn, I can't. The person was like, you know, let me know what was going on with the friend. Because this is before I confronted the friend about how they felt. Like, you should go talk to, you know, so-and-so. And I'm like, nah, you know, that individual be lying too much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, you know, talk about that kind of stuff because I know, you know, where it's gonna go, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to complicate our friendship with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want this person being resentful because they opened up and thought that it was gonna go this way, but it was the other way. So I was like, shit, you know, fuck, what do I do about that? Because here it is, this person is, you know, really, like, you know, like, hey, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I put it, you know, to you a couple times. I put it in your hand, you know what I mean? You know I'm a clean person, and help is good, and I'm in the neighborhood, you know, like, what you waiting on? And I'm just like, oh my God. No, I got somebody I'm interested in, you know, I kept in the back of my head, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, this is refreshing, you know what I'm saying? Because this person is not unattractive, very attractive person, and smart. And a nerd, which is like my biggest, like, oh God, I just love nerds, man. That shit is just a huge fetish for me. So I was like, man, what is it about that keeps me, you know, like, yes, nerd. Like, I check out a nerd before I check out anybody else. Literally, I always do. Like, they just have, you know, have more to offer, you know what I mean? Like, I know that there's going to be some, you know, intellectual properties there. I might get a good conversation, you know, not only that, you know, I can get another perspective on, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to date somebody with a brain versus somebody who just got good looks. Like, ugh, you know, good looks, you know, may or may not fade out, but you know, it's just more fulfilling to have someone that you can bounce ideas off of and you know, grow with and helps challenge your mind versus someone who does not do nothing but, you know, spread their legs to get what they want type of shit. So, you know, you don't really have shit to talk about. It's just more bedroom action. Some people like that kind of shit. They like they supposed to be like that. I don't. You know what I mean? I like, this is a partnership, so I want to be able to have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even have to say shit. I just want to pick your brain, see what your mind is like. Like,
you know, secret what you think about, what motivates you, what inspires you, you know, that kind of shit. Yeah, of course, it's things you get to know, you know, during the course of dating somebody, but you know, you want, for me, I want my partner to always to have that fuel in their heart to want, you know, more for themselves. Not greedy, but just, you know, like they just want to keep pushing themselves to see how far they can go. You know, what's the, if they climb this mountain, they want to see if they can climb the next mountain, you know, even higher. You know what I mean? Like, because they like the challenge. You know what I mean? I like a person that has the motivation to, you know, do better for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that's very enticing to see someone with drive, because that lets me know that they're a strong person. You know what I mean? Nothing can break them. You know what I mean? Like when the pressure hit, it crushes people. Like they get unmotivated. They lose determination. Sometimes they just turn to drug. You know what I mean? They just fall off a deep end. But when you find a person that has their mind made up, they're centered on their vision, you know, they goal oriented, and they make the necessary arrangements, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? It's just a beautiful sight. You see the passion, you see, you know, the dedication. That's what I like, you know, in people I date. I like them to have fuel, you know what I mean, motivation, determination for themselves. You know, I don't want to be the only thing you know, your focal point. I want you to have your own life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to exchange our experiences. I want to be like, okay, well, you hung out with your friends, what y'all do? You know what I mean? Oh, shit, y'all, you know, y'all went there, okay, cool. Or me and the homies, you know what I'm saying, we went over here and hung out. You know what I mean? Like, I want my spouse to have a life. I just, what's the excitement in having dated someone that doesn't have a life outside you? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, damn, ain't you tired of seeing me all day every day? Because I know I'm tired of seeing your ass all day every day. Matter of fact, just go take a walk. I'm going to take a walk. So that way I can come back and have something to talk about. You know, guess what I saw on the walk? I saw this tree blow that way instead of this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something. Give me some space. You know what I mean? But the last person was very, you know, wasn't a team player. So I'm like, I'm not trying to harp on that. You know, I'm not. That's not what I'm on. Because I don't. I'm not holding a grudge, and I'm not vengeful. I just want, you know, to be clear, you know, on, you know, selective people that you deal with, and that share your time and your space, and you know that friends can be made any kind of way. As long as you are open-minded and you you know, love new people, that's all it takes. Because it's so easy to meet new people, you know, and you know, make a new friend. But it's just, you know, your speed. You know, how fast do you call a person a friend? What criteria has to be met, you know, for you to call that person your friend? And how long does that take? You know what I mean? Me personally, it takes me a while to call somebody a friend, and definitely a while for me to call them a bro. If I call you a bro, you know, I got a lot of love for you and trust for you, period. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll just call older guys, you know, bro, instead of sir. I'm like, well, I'm grown, so I ain't really got to call you sir unless you're a senior. Then I'll say sir. But then, like, if you look like, you know, you 4 years older than me, bro, it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be like, sir. No, fuck all that. Bro, you know what I'm saying? But you know, to people that I consider friends and shit, if I call you a bro, then yeah, you know, that means I got nothing but love for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust and everything. But it's just fucked up, man. It's just fucked up that you can't really live with your heart on your sleeve, because people take advantage and, you know, don't value it.
So I'm just like, man, this is, life can be annoying. Sweet, but in the end, you know, you just, life is so much better when you're thankful for the things that you do have. Like, it matters a lot. You know, being appreciative opens doorways, you know, for you as well when it comes to better quality people in your life, better conflict resolving, better business management. Like, everything, you know, has a domino effect, for real, for real. So you just have to be careful, you know, of how you move, but, you know, open-minded and free to move, because people that are different from you can be a great experience, you know, like, to build you higher, you know, make you a more creative person, a more adventurous person, you know, give you more diversity. You know what I mean? Like, say, for example, you've been eating say, for example, you know, Mediterranean food all your life, and then all of a sudden, you know, you try Chinese food, whole different experience, you know, whole different flavor palette, you know what I mean? And you're like, damn, wow, this shit is amazing. I wish to God I would have, you know, had Chinese food 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah, you know, but that's the, you know, the experience that people can bring to your life too. That kind of, you know, like, impact and significant improvement. Because Chinese food is good. Like, I like, you know, stir fries. I like dim sum, not the pork. I don't do pork dumplings. Like, nothing with pork in it. But, you know, there are other chicken dumplings. Oh man. Back when I don't eat bottom feeders anymore. I quit that shit like over 10 years ago. The etouffee, you know, even though that's like the that's more down south Creole type of dish. But, you know, they make etouffee and it's like well, it's called etouffee, but it's like etouffee. You know, the gravy consistency, and it does have well, the one that we got it had lobster and shrimp in it. Etouffee, lobster and shrimp, that you put over white sticky rice. But it's really good if you like that kind of food. I just don't eat lobster, crab, and all that. I don't fuck with it. And it has shrimp in it too. But it ain't good. I just wanted to get my body at its highest level of output, you know. And I have seen a huge improvement with the increase of my vegetable intake, especially when it comes to you doing the sunlight. Like, the sunlight, man, it was so invigorating today. I was outside, and, you know, I had like the last green shit I had was a salad, some broccoli, and some spinach. And I sat outside, and I was soaking up the sun. It felt so good. Felt like I was ready to fuck it, take the rollerblades off and call it a night. Like, I was gonna walk there and so it restored my energy, literally. No cap. I was literally rejuvenized when I sat on the bench and just absorbed the sun. So I was just like, okay, this shit crazy. I got my energy back. I can actually continue on. So I kept sitting in the sun, you know, and I made my way back. I took my break. But on the way back, though, I only took 2. On the way there, I took 5. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm building up my endurance. My feet are getting used to the field, this extra weight. Okay, cool. Give it 1 week. I do a couple miles a day, or at least, you know, a couple miles twice a week. I'll be straight. I'll be back to where I used to be. Because your balance, you know, takes a hit too when you don't elevate for a while. And too, with the weight that you have, it's affected. The balance is affected too on the fin, behind the wheels. But anyway, it was just a good day. I enjoyed it. I came back. I ate a nice little steak dinner, with mashed potatoes. I really could use some business and jelly for Hawaiian street that was stuff. I'm trying to get off the bread and shit. Man, like, that's how I got the situation now. Took 2 people. Fucking on too much bread. But man, I'm just enjoying, life. Like I rather be spending time with, someone that I consider significant other, that I'm building with. But I'm just enjoying life because, like being free and not having any issues. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Like, man, never underestimate the power of freedom. You know what I mean? Like dealing with like court shit and then having to restrict your movement. It's just a horrible feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you can't really do anything. I have to, stick within these guidelines for this situation until it's over. And then I get to have my life back. But, if you, in a situation like that, and I just like, fuck, I have to wait, this and kind of wait from that. And I don't know if I could deal with, the process of wait, because it's taxing on the mental. Uncertainty, it was just a lot. But it helped my mental out. It helped me learn to, be more patient dealing with fuck people. You know what I mean? Like, everybody reaches they explore the point. You just have to understand, like, certain things are not worth jeopardizing certain things in your life, and go with that flow. Like, never get people built on you to make your life hard. You know what I mean? Literally. Or food. No matter what it is, so it could be you at work and it's personal life and they do little shit to annoy you and you cuss them out and they go back and say, well, you called them or this and that, he's not to be held accountable because you use, regulatory language to address somebody, because people do that. They'll go and tell on you, but they won't tell what they did to you. That shit is bro, it's the most threatening dealing with people like that. They out there. There's a lot, especially in the retail industry. When you're working for other people, you happen to stand out, you get attention and shit. Not that you want it, shit. Who you are. You know what I mean? It's rough. So I just try to, keep it cool, man. Let them do their thing, stop the way. Don't argue, with people that try to push your buttons. Because most of the time, people who do that shit, they already got some shit. They don't like it. They live in basically the fact, how they treat other people. So we actually really repay petty shit. You don't really, you know, try to make someone else's life difficult. You don't try to, you know, destroy people. If you are happy, you know, you have joy in your heart, and you treat people, you know, with that joy. You don't harbor grudges. You don't carry their weight. You just live in the present, free and detached from, you know what I'm saying, any negativity. That's when you happy. It's happy out here. I was just like, bro, like, it starts within. You know, yeah, money helps. Making you get to that point easier when it comes to certain things, but ultimately happiness starts within. Without it, you gotta be happy without it. It is the joy of happiness. Yeah, money, because like money is your fire, and if your fire living is poor, you know, it's hard to be happy because you can't think about it. You got a lot of shit in your consciousness, you know, that's putting you away from a peaceful mind and then, you know, happy and shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can achieve happiness, you know, once you prioritize what's important in life, what you must have, and, you know, be at peace with things that you want. Like, you might want to be a millionaire, you know, or a billionaire, you know, but, you know, you gotta put forth the work, you know, to get that. So, you know, you go with that in mind that it may take a little, maybe overnight, maybe 2 weeks, maybe, you know, a month, maybe a year, maybe 2 years from now. But the point is, you know, as long as you have a mentality, you're like, okay, I'm going to push for this no matter what, and I'm going to, you know, do it with joy and determination and heart. You know what I mean? It'll be a decent experience. But if you go with that mentality that's, you know, full of negativity, pessimism, it makes, you know, your journey in life, you know, that journey particularly hard. You know what I mean? Like, everything is so much better when you do it with happiness, joy, with peace of mind. You know what I mean? It's just so much better when you have peace of mind versus you trying to find, you know, an equilibrium where everything enough of the you know, deep stuff. I'm just gonna finish the game. This is gonna be my last day of the hosting. Once I finish this, I'm gonna take it back. I need to rest. So either some water or lemonade. I'm gonna take lemonade. And I'm not paying until about 2 bottles instead of 1. But, you know, simply lime lemonade or a bottle of water, or I might go get some pineapple juice while it's still early in the night. And I feel up to it because I really want to pass out, but if I don't have, like, I usually just, when I have my Mary session, my Mary moment, I have a can of pineapple juice, you know, with it, and it's just so good. I didn't stop. I left my card at the house on the table. I was damn, man, reached in my pocket, like, okay, I'm about to go ahead and give me a couple snacks. I kind of forget. And then I realized I left my wallet. I only took like a couple dollars out. Like the soda powder didn't cost that much, so I took exactly enough for that. And then I just kind of realized, I'm coming up for the I'm like, damn. I wanted some so bad, sexy. When I get them out the back of the cooler, they be so cold. Drink that pineapple juice, like dehydrated, it tastes so good. Personal favorite. Commendation. I get other things. I do one. Sometimes they give me a player accommodation, sometimes they don't. Yeah, oh, they did give me one. Okay, cool. I'm trying to get to mentor status, but oh no, that should take a lot. Okay, cool. Now I can go back to Udall. I'm gonna call it a night. Go back to the it feels so weird not having my house anymore. Like I really want to go buy it and then post up again, but I'm not gonna be playing it every month to month to maintain it. So I'll just wait. I'll wait until I like stack up for another 10 million, and then I'll go and get another small house. By that time, I think I should be more settled in with and have a schedule of when I'm like right now I'm playing because I had a time and I haven't made out a schedule yet, but once some other things take fruition, then I'll have to strategically plan out, you know, when I can play. Right now I don't have any other obligations as far as like my time, but I don't like sitting on a game all day. Like my legs get to like feeling weird. The radiation be burning my eyes. So, you know, I like to go get fresh air and do stuff. I like to move around a little bit. And then I still got tons of anime that I'm trying to catch up on. I've been recently watching Hell's Paradise, Season 2, Beauty, True Blue Vortex, which is Boruto. You know, they continued it. They changed the name, but it's called True Blue Vortex now. I've been watching that, or reading that in the manga. I've been watching Will Eternal. That's my favorite anime of all time. Like I love that over Bleach and Naruto and motherfucking Samurai Champloo Ass Cry. Like that's my favorite anime. And I'm kind of upset that they took a hiatus just when it started getting really good. Like the guy is so freaking phenomenal, and the anime is so fun and funny and coy, you know, and it does great homage to Chinese architecture, and you know it highlights kung fu so well. I just really love the game, and I mean the anime, and I can't wait to see the new season, because the new season is about to be fire. Like they finally got to the point to where, you know, he gotta, you know, get serious. So I'm like, okay, cool. Every episode is always, you know, good watch, but now it has gotten so far that it's really heating up, and you know, I can't miss it. Like but it's not showing right now, so I was just like, damn, you know, I gotta wait for that. I was watching that, like I just recently caught up and watched all those, but I was watching that, doing Black Clover, which I still haven't finished all that. I was watching this other anime too.
I gotta check my bookmarks because I bookmarked it and I just can't remember the name um, of it right now because I really do. I play. Uh, I play. I mean, I watch all kind of different anime, you know, and some of them stick out to me, some don't. And the ones that do stick out, I usually, you know, mention them right away. But um, I just, you know, haven't seen one that really stood out. Like besides Solo Level. Other than that, because I mentioned Solo Level before, I was talking to somebody, and I told them that I was watching Solo Level, but I didn't say it on my post. But yeah, Solo Level is fire. Like that is definitely when it comes to my current favorite animes, that's definitely number 2. Dragon Ball Super is my number 1, and they coming out with a new season of that. But second is Solo Level. That is amazing, and they have like the manga so far ahead that you can watch on YouTube. So I've been watching it off of that, and I'm now dealing with Sung Jung Woo, his son, and I'm just so thrilled at how far it's gotten, and I'm like, man, you know, so when they gonna, you know, really get to where his father is now, you know, like what's going on? Because Sung Jung Woo is, man, he that dude, but even though his powers are similar to his dad, they have their own uniqueness, and you know, I like how they gave him similarities but also made him completely different, and how their journey is progressing similarly but different. Like it's a good watch, and I'm like, damn, you know, what's going on? Because I thought y'all would be on the 3rd season by now. You know what I mean? The animated version of the season. But yet, here it is. They still got, you know, only 2 seasons out. It's like, y'all should be on the 3rd one. You're going on the 4th one. What's the hold up? I mean, y'all making money. It's super popular. It's killing, you know? But anyway, I was watching that. I just binge watched all that. And then I've been watching, oh man, it was something else. I can't remember. But when I get back on, you know, I'll go and check it and I'll mention it then. But anyway, yeah, I've been preoccupied with that until my schedule changed. Like I just literally got a chance to get back into the game stuff, and then I was dealing with some things that kept me unable to move around, you know, in real life, and that was rough. Like that shit had me going through it because I'm an independent person, and I like to, you know, move when I want to move, and then having to that's pretty cool. That's dope. But having to deal, oh, I gotta, oh, the mount does something. Okay, that's fire. Alright, but yeah, you know, I was dealing with that, and it just taught me a lot, you know, and it made me really be more appreciative of freedom, because being on the restrictions, it's not it, man. But now everything is taken care of, though. I don't have no issues ever to worry about life again. Thank God, nothing, you know, really fucked up happened. I'm like, whew, you know what I mean, dodged a bullet. But you know, I was dealing with some shit, and now that everything worked itself out, I'm like, okay, let me get my channel back up and running. Let me put more content out. Let me put new games on there. Let me, you know, put more energy into it, because, you know, when I first started doing it, I had no energy. I was, man, I was going through it. Like literally, I was overworked. I I didn't have the time, you know, to rest and then play. So I had to play after I got off of work, and it was a Tuesday. But now that I, you know, have a better setup, I can enjoy when I play, and you know I can actually rest. So, but anyway, yeah, that was it. I just wanted to get on and do a little bit of Pyros and Pagos until get the last 2 weapons, and then I'm going to pursue the story some more. I'm trying to hold out though. Like I really want to wait for my friend and this other person I want to play with, but I don't know. Maybe I might just do it up till the end of Shadowbringer, because there's still the other stuff, the other content, the dungeon stuff that I gotta do. So I'll probably finish Shadowbringers and, you know, say the last 2 expansion packs for the friend, or is it 1? Because I know I thought it was the one after Shadowbringers. Yeah, because Shadowbringers is the dragons. Then the next one is the Linux, and then this one, the final one, is the wings. Okay, so yeah, 2 more expansion packs after Shadowbringers, which is where I'm at now. I'm at the beginning of Shadowbringers. I got the teleport to go back to the area to start them, but I just don't want to do them yet. You know what I mean? I still have more stuff to do. So once I completely get my stuff done out of Pyros and Pagos, then I'll go and I'll work on that. But you know, that's it for today. You know, if you see this, you know, my baby, au revoir and je t'aime, you know. I'm still looking forward to playing with them cheeks, man. I'm just like, OMG, geeked up. But anyway, it's gonna be, you know, like around the evening when I post. I was gonna do it early morning, but I have to do some things in the morning, and then later in the evening, like 4 or 5, I'll probably put a video up. I might do Genshin Impact too, because I've been neglecting it. Like I really be burnt out. Like, you know, I do shit in the morning. I start my day off like at 9. I get up, and at 10, you know, I get ready, and you know, to head out. Like by 10 o'clock, I have my teeth are brushed, face washed, showered. You know, I could just walk off the door. But yeah, man, I don't like wasting away. So I try to be, you know, productive and enjoy my days, and not have days where, you know, I feel like I didn't do anything that I want to do. You know what I mean? I feel like as long as I plan my day, or my day I get to do something I want to do or I love to do, you know, I spend my day well. You know what I mean? I don't like regretting how I spend my time, so I try to do the things I definitely enjoy, and I got a chance to do all that today. So I'm stoked. You know what I mean? I just need to rest. But anyway, peace and au revoir, my baby. Take it easy, man. You know, I don't know how you be, you know, taking certain things sometimes, because with, you know, the shit you got going on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, you know, we cool as long as you stay cool. You see what I'm saying? Don't lose your top. Don't get, you know, depressed. Don't get, you know, heartbroken over some things that was mentioned. You know what I mean? Because I'm not accusing you of doing anything that I couldn't picture you doing. You know what I mean? I don't think that, you know, you are capable of certain things, but I just know you can't put anything past anybody. You know what I mean? But I truly think that you're a good person. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting out there in general, you know, things that I'm not hip to. Like, I don't like, I'm not going to, you know, fuck with that type of shit mentality wise. You know, I just don't deal with demons. You know what I'm saying? Because demons, man, they real. Like, people who drain your time, your energy, you know, cause turmoil within, you know, your psyche, your spirit, dumb demons, because they just bringing you, you know, misery. So, I don't like socializing with them people, associating with them people, acknowledging them people. You know, I make it seem like them niggas don't exist. You know, I just ignoring them completely. But, you know, I don't want to do that in your situation. And, you know, I feel that's not your intention, but I don't know what the communication like on your side. You know what I mean? I don't know what you got going on, because sometimes you could be angry and have a mental block, you know what I mean, because you're so angry you can't process your thoughts, you can't listen properly. When you under the influence of agitation via your emotions, it impedes your thinking. So you have to address things, you know what I mean, when your mind is clear, to get the best results, you know, and think about the best course of action. So just keep that in mind, you know what I mean? Don't be making decisions based upon, you know, your emotional distraught. Just wait a minute, you know, take a deep breath, go and relax, and, you know, revisit it after, you know, your emotions is together, then respond. Don't just respond because, you know, you see something or hear something that triggered you, makes you feel bad or angry or sad, and then you just explode. You know, like, what, you don't know what's going on in my life, you don't know, you know what I'm dealing with right now, you don't know what shit I'm under. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you having to have that kind of mindset, you know what I'm saying, or that kind of worry, that kind of weight on your shoulders, because that's not what I'm about. I'm just letting you know, like, look, you know what I'm saying, don't play with that kind of stuff, because I don't like that shit. But anyway, I'm out. So, ciao, folks, and you know, hope to see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. You know, if you do like the content, I gotta start seeing them up. And when I get my video views up, I just really don't promote my channel like that. I need to though. I will eventually. But you know, I want to get my content up first. I want to make sure I have a variety. And right now, I really have majority of Final Fantasy, so I gotta, you know, step that up too. Which I will though. I plan to put some time into it, some real time, like real dedication, like a real job type of thing. I just, you know, gotta sort some things out. But peace, folks.